So we have a club veggie.
Sí, perana. No, club veggie too.
Then we have a veggie burger.
Sí, okay.
And we have no club veggie. This is the club.
Okay,
Okay.
perfetto. Let's begin. Ok, ma anche Chiara.
Ciao.
Ciao cara, grazie. Good morning expats and international students, and welcome to my channel. This is Bhor, and today's video showcases a typical work day in the life of an expat in Milan. From working hours to commuting, lunch ideas at work to coffee culture in offices, smart working trends, and everything else that you want to know about life at work in Milano. So I work in the business school of Politecnico di Milano, which is called MIP Politecnico di Milano, and we are proud to be the business school of the #1 technical university. And I work in the marketing and recruitment department of this business school, which is one of the top in Italy, but also in Europe and in the world at large. And I am quite a proud member of this organization because as an expat, I love my job since I get to meet the people from all over the world. And as a recruiter for MBA and master programs, I love it as well because I get the opportunity to have a teeny tiny part in transforming the careers and lives of our lovely students. So overall, it's a job that gives me a lot of satisfaction and fulfillment at the end of the day. So as far as commuting is concerned, several people actually live outside Milan in the different nearby localities, and since Milan is very well connected with the suburban trains, several people choose to live outside Milan and then use these trains to commute to work. As far as my office is concerned, it is based in the Bovisa area and I live in the Dergano area, which are two areas pretty much next door to each other. So I have, let's say, the privilege to be able to walk to work every day, or I can also choose to cycle. There is of course the other option to take the bus number 82, but often I prefer to walk. This is because it's good for health. It gives you some light exercise in the morning and helps you stay fit and beautiful and young for a long time. So usually I prefer to walk, but of course if it's raining or it's snowing, there is always the option to take bus number 82, which will reduce the commuting time to like 20 minutes instead of 30 minutes. But I prefer this half an hour walk, which is quite nice in the Bovisa area. So the other reason why I prefer to walk is because it relieves you of the stress that is involved in waiting for the bus to come. And the bus services in Milan are quite convenient and reliable, but often they depend on traffic. So sometimes you might have to wait for the bus to come for a long time, which doesn't make any sense. So it's faster and easier to walk in that sense. And after the COVID situation, of course, a lot of people are switching to more private means of transports like cycling or biking, and of course the more greener and sustainable ways of transport as well. I believe the pandemic has given us good reasons enough to switch to more sustainable and eco-friendly ways of transports. Of course, for people who cannot walk or cycle, they are definitely relying still on the use of cars. And talking about working hours, in most companies the typical working window is from 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Of course, this can vary depending on the sector and industry that you work in. And in my case, the working window is 10 o'clock to 8 o'clock because I kind of start late and finish late. That's when I'm most productive. And of course, this is something that will vary also on the culture of the company and their basically their core operations. Most people have to do 9 hours per day, including 1 hour of lunch, or they have to do a total of 40 hours in total per week. So they can organize themselves typically, and most companies allow for that. But again, this is going to depend on what size of company you work in, what are its cultural values, and so on. And flexi time is not a concept that is widely accepted or widely applicable to most companies. Things are changing, of course, especially after the COVID situation, but is not something that's totally accepted, at least until now.
Bene, bene. Sì, sono felice. I'm very happy to be here with you.
Okay, would you like to give a message to our viewers?
Yes. Today is my first day at MIP
After a long time.
after 4 months actually, and I'm very happy to see all my colleagues in person. It was very touching, and I hope that not very soon, but as soon as possible, I will be able to meet all my colleagues and the students and everyone in person with no risk, and to return to normality as soon as possible.
Hello.
Say hi to our viewers, girls.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
A beloved German colleague, Italo-German colleague called Anne-Marie. So today we have all gathered here to spend some good time together after months of lockdown. So it's really nice to see everybody. So thanks, Anne-Marie. Thank you for saying hi to our viewers.
Bye-bye.
So here's another beautiful colleague of mine, Miss Alessandra. Ale, can you give a message for our viewers?
Ciao a tutti, sono Alessandra e sono una collega di Bor e lavoro insieme a lei al MIP nel marketing e recruitment team e mi occupo dei candidati italiani.
So it's 1 o'clock and it's lunchtime, so I'm walking now with 2 of my colleagues, 2 of my bosses. I have 2 bosses. Okay, Miss Anna and also Miss Greta. And we're going to go to this cafe to grab a takeaway. This is because Milan is now in the orange zone and therefore only takeaway is allowed. So we are going to just take it and then find a place to sit down and eat it. The eat-in service in restaurants is not available anymore because we are now in the orange zone. And about the lunching traditions or the lunching culture in Italy, my friends Miss Greta and Anna are going to tell you something.
Well, first of all, we have a great selection of salads
Yes.
and pastas
Yes.
for takeaway. They're the good and cheap options, very good quality and kind of healthy.
Yes.
But if you would like to grab a sandwich or like a cheeseburger, anything, we have a lot of food available. You know, Italy is famous for that.
Yes.
We're proud of ourselves to be famous for
Absolutely.
our food, but also
Absolutely.
very international.
Yes, it's very international. It's getting more and more international. For example, around our school, we have the Turkish place, so if you
Exactly.
fancy a kebab. We have the sushi place if you fancy something Asian. And of course, there are a couple of Italian very nice restaurants where you can get all types of pastas, pizzas, pizza in pieces, prepared ones, focaccia, and all types of other
But
things.
I would suggest once you come to Italy, you must enjoy the Italian
The Italian food because it's one of the best in the world, obviously. And the different cafes and bars usually located around schools, universities, or for example any types of office buildings or commercial establishments, they specialize in foods meant for lunch. So things that you can eat very quickly, and also their menus are designed in such a way that they offer many deals. Like you don't have to
Absolutely.
spend a lot of money. We would spend between like 3 to
7 max.
7 euros per meal, for example. So it's quite handy. So usually a typical traditional Italian meal is composed of several parts. It's composed of antipasti, which are starters, primo, which refers to first course, secondo, which refers to second course, and then there are contorni, which are side dishes, and finally dolci o frutta, which refers to dessert or fruits. But of course, when you are eating outside during work hours or during school or university, you don't have the time to savor all these different parts of a traditional Italian meal. So most of the bars, cafes and restaurants which are located around commercial establishments or offices or school or university buildings offer some deals which are quite quick. So you can combine, for example, secondo with contorno, or just take primo, which could be pasta or some kind of bread based item. And they also offer many deals in terms of prices, and you can combine for example a secondo, which can cost €5, and combine it for €1 extra. You can combine it with contorno, for example. So these kind of mix and match options are there. And then there is also tris, if I'm not wrong, which refers to like an all-in platter in which you can have the primo, contorno, secondo all together, a little portion of everything. So these kind of mix and match deals are quite common for restaurants specializing in lunch for office goers or university or school goers.
Okay, so we are at MIP now. We are having our lunch, and I'm eating a club sandwich. It's not properly Italian, but all the ingredients are fresh, and we have salad. I have salad, tomatoes, and chicken.
Yes.
And you can also have the option to choose some veggie foods,
Yes.
such as Greta, for example, did, and more as well.
Yes, with tomatoes, courgettes, anything that you like. Salad, of course, and it's very fresh and very healthy.
Yes, it's
Okay.
not too heavy. And then we're gonna have for sure an espresso, just to stop.
To stay awake for the rest of the day.
Exactly. To continue our work.
Yes, so like Anna said, I took the veggie burger and I took the veggie burger. Great has taken the veggie club sandwich. So if you are vegetarian, there are a lot of options, and in fact Italy is one of those countries where you will not find it hard to find vegetarian food easily, and compared to some other countries like maybe France, Germany or Northern Europe. So you can be quite happy and comfortable here as a vegetarian. Correct. Many companies which do not have their own canteens provide restaurant tickets to employees, which can be used to purchase ready-made food from restaurants and cafes, or even to buy groceries from supermarkets. They are called buoni pasto in Italian and can be for €5 to €8 per ticket. Recently, I have been assigned a new trainee to help me and support me with my core activities for recruitment for Asia, and her name is Veronica, and we're going to hear from her what it is like to live and work in the city of Milan as a young Italian professional coming from a city outside of Milan. So, ciao Veronica. Come stai?
Ciao a tutti. Ciao, hello everyone. I'm Veronica. I'm 24 and I'm from Florence. I've been here in Milan since 5 years now, and I've been here for all my university years. And yes, I come from a quite different reality. So Milan to me is quite an attractive city. I find it really funny and nice for young people. Both for entertainment and for career opportunities as well. So now in November I obtained my master's degree, and in January I started my internship here at MIP with BOR. So yes, I'm enjoying it really much. So
Well, so we just heard from my new colleague about what life is like in Milan as a young professional, even as a local young professional. So this was just to give you some insight about the fact that Milan is not just one of those cities that attracts foreign talent or expatriates and international students, but is also quite an attractive location to study, work, and live, even for young professionals like Veronica, for example, who come from other cities outside of Milan.
Hi to everybody, I'm very happy to welcome you. Please come and taste the Milano experience as soon as possible.
Io prendo espresso.
Brava, da vera italiana. Bene.
Bene. Okay, so as you see, the shooting is underway for a video about expat life in Milan. So would you like to tell our viewers about the concept of merenda?
The concept of merenda. Concept of merenda about how mid-afternoon we stop working and we meet at the coffee machine, or if we have time at the coffee table in a bar outside, and have coffee, an espresso or a tea or something hot, possibly with some pastry to eat, some snack, something, and take a rest, take some rest, interrupt our work, and think about something else, just to relax and calm down.
Just to take a break.
Take a break.
So that's the idea of the merenda. So usually after an Italian meal you would always have a coffee, which is usually espresso, not cappuccino.
No,
this
cappuccino.
is only what foreigners do. Okay, but true Italians have espresso after lunch, but then after a few hours, just to relax, like Gabri said, at 4 o'clock you might go for a little snack or just coffee or tea. So that's the concept of merenda. It's a classic Italian break that we take around 4 o'clock. Well, so I'm just back from the ICT office and I just collected the headphones, these fancy headsets that they have given us, and they're from this company called Poly. It's supposed to be quite fancy and high-tech, and with the advent of the COVID-19 situation, when the lockdowns started first, the companies started to adapt more and more to the blended way of working. So most companies in Milan are encouraging the blended modality of working, and they're encouraging smart working or the working from home culture. And as they say, the focus is no longer on how many hours do you work for, but the focus is on whether or not you achieve your targets. Whether you're working from home, from a second home, from another destination is not important, because thanks to technology that we have at our disposal now, it's possible to connect effectively with teammates and fulfill your objectives even when you're spread out in so many different zones of the world. And in that direction, also companies are making sure that their staff are well equipped with all the tech gadgets at their disposal so that they can communicate effectively, collaborate, and, like I said, fulfill their objectives. So we received recently these particular headphones that help us to do voice calls, and they're comfortable and more comfortable than the earphones as well. So it's one initiative in that direction that's quite appreciable. So thank you, MIP, for this. So just collected my new Samsung phone from the ICT department. So thank you MIP for giving me a new smartphone to call all my candidates, agents and everybody around the world. So this is big help. Thank you so much. So this was the final call for today with the Lebanese candidate, and I just finished my 9 hours here, and it's an end to a long day. The best part about working at MIP is the internationality of the role. So in this role I get to meet and speak to people from all over the world. So in a typical day, for example today I shook hands with people coming from 6 different countries, and that's one of the best parts about this job. So if you liked watching this video guys, do give a thumbs up, don't forget to hit the bell icon and do subscribe to my channel Good Morning Expat, so you can get a little glimpse of what your prospective expat life can be like in this lovely city of Milan. And if you happen to have the opportunity of working in a fine institution like MIP or any other top company based in Milano, this is the type of experience that you can look forward to. So on that note, thank you so much for watching again, and do subscribe to my channel Good Morning Expat.
Ciao a tutti. Ah sì, sorry, you
Okay, it's rolling.
Okay, so we are having our lunch at work. We are on the terrace of MIP, and I'm eating a club sandwich. It's not properly an Italian panino.